Hello, hello, YouTube world. So today this is going to be a very, very short live for any of you that come in. We are actually going to go over the video um, in sync so that you guys can see and hear this court hearing that took place for Shelby. This again is not and has not ever been a Free Shelby Shell campaign. These proceedings that led up to his court hearing that had took place in 2019 will enlighten you on the other side of Shelby. So we figured that we would start today um, and get these out because there are several court hearings. Hi, Pearl. How are you? That had taken place over a period of time with Shelby. So this is just one of the many. That way we can go ahead and let you guys know that it wasn't just one big trial. There were several court hearings. And like I said, you'll also be able to see some of the actions that were taken on Shelby's behalf that, proves he has a little bit of a mean side. So I will get this ready. And I in chat. The reason I'm even because it's so crazy. Like nothing about this whole case made sense. So for me, it's like, is there more than one person? You know. So yeah, definitely very intriguing. We like I said, eventually once we get some of this stuff out of the way, you guys can see the whole trial. And it just proves to me that there's still a lot of questions that were never answered. So here we go.
Continue because we didn't yet have DNA. And I tendered to the court an order for funds so that the lab in Cincinnati could test the DNA. So that DNA's issue has been resolved as far as going forward, but we do need a new trial date. And I just want to.
When was the last trial they set?
I believe it was set for Friday.
So it's this Friday?
Yes.
All right. What's the Commonwealth position on that?
No, we have no objection, given the fact that Commonwealth has requested the penalties we've requested. We think that it's prudent to allow defense to travel down any path of defense they wish to. So we have no objection to the DNA testing.
All right, we've seen another trial date.
We do, Your Honor, and I just want to inform the court that we will not be seeking any more continuances.
That's my next question. Who's going to be representing Ms. Shell or Ms. Shell? Don't speak right now. Will you please not? I'm really sensitive about your Fifth Amendment rights. I don't want you to say something out of line right now, but I know what's been going on in the past. There's been motion for hybrid representation, and now I'm not sure where we're going. Do you know which side?
As you're aware, Mr. Gibbs was Mr. Shell's attorney. He's since retired. And so now it's me and it's Laura Karam, who works out of Frankfurt office for DPA, are representing Mr. Shell, and we're his attorneys. Unless he files something different with the court, I don't believe he wants to change that. I think he still wants to have an attorney present. We've gone over his right to represent himself and the consequences of what happens if he does that. And I don't think his mind's been changed.
Excuse me, sir. Your Honor, may I say something right here?
Let me ask you something, Mr.
Go ahead.
Are you asking the court to represent yourself?
I'm asking the court to reject everything and all things. My lawyer
I
was saying
didn't ask
right
you
now.
that.
I'm asking to fire him and get a new lawyer or whatever
I'm
you
not
want to
gonna
call it.
fire him.
Well, I'm firing.
Wait, hey, calm down. Listen to me, all right?
Go
I'm
ahead.
asking you, are you want to represent yourself?
Well, my IQ level like that on the Hall versus Florida and
All
stuff,
right,
I wouldn't
I
be
didn't
able
ask you
to.
that either. I said, what are you asking the court at this point in
But
time?
I'm asking for this to be documented on record and stuff. I'm done with them. It's been 5 or 6 years. We can't even get DNA back. They keep on putting my
You
court
got it
dates off.
back.
I ain't got no relationship with them. I don't
All
trust
right,
them.
all right.
I can't even talk to them on the
Whoa,
phone, Your Honor.
whoa, okay, all right.
They got ADA standards they gotta follow and they ain't following them. And I'm not trying to get a contempt charge or nothing like that,
And I
but
don't want you to, because
my life's on the line there.
I just don't want to argue about it right now. I want you to be
understand.
quiet for a minute. Mr. Sideman, I want you to file something with me that explains where this thing is supposed to be going, all right? Or where you, right now he's your client and where he wants it to go.
Well,
I don't know how to fire you and not use the DPA.
well,
And I ain't gonna fire you anyway.
I think
He's a client's the only one can fire you.
there are a couple of
Hey,
issues.
be quiet.
There's a couple of issues, Your Honor. First, Mr. Shell is in Eddyville, which is quite a ways away. So any trial date that we set, the court needs to be mindful that coming up and preparing for trial, we are going to need time to get to Eddyville. So if there is some time, I just don't want it to be set in March or April, and I'm sure the court's not going to do that, but.
Your Honor, may counsel my approach.
Please. Over here.
Trial needs to be set and mandated that defense be the one asking for these continuances. I would like something about that put on the record because they'll hit us for speedy trial. And I would also say to the judge, our witnesses may die. I mean, honestly, this has been 5 or 6 years now. These people are healthy. They're all, some of them are old.
The witnesses, yeah.
And I had asked for depositions at one point due to that. And I would say again, we'll renew that request if the trial date has to be put off in quite some distance. If our witnesses die, Your Honor, this case is dead.
Let me ask you, what's the estimated time of the trial?
Of trial, 2
Yeah.
weeks.
2 weeks?
Yes. We'll push anything the Commonwealth has. We'll push anything we have.
All right, then we'll 25th, June 25th through, of course, there's a holiday on the 4th. But we'll continue. I don't know what days we're off, but we'll continue until it's done. All right, beginning the 25th. And right now we'll run it through Friday, July 6th, just in case.
Look at that, Governor, real quick.
I think he has some ex parte motions for funding, which has been the whole thing.
No.
Are we done with that issue?
We're done with that issue. I recently bought tickets to go out of town on the 20th to the 24th. So if we could start it on the 28th,
No
objection.
that would be much more convenient for me.
28th of June. Okay, we're gonna have to then, we'll run it.
And we'll,
I don't know what the holiday, July 4th is on a Wednesday, huh? It's just that 4th. Well, we'll skip, we'll take a day off on the 4th, I guess, and then we'll keep running it on through Friday. And as long on Friday, July 6th, and then as long as we have to after that. All right. Mr. Shell, do you understand that? We're gonna start your trial. We're gonna start your trial. Whoa! We're gonna start your trial on the 28th of June.
Okay.
All right?
Sir,
An order's gonna issue. Now, I don't know who's gonna represent you.
I represent myself while I'm with him, sir, for real. And I got my IQ, I mean, I know I can't do that, but what I'm saying, Your Honor,
You got a constitutional right to represent yourself.
okay, but
If
how
you're
about
that-
the
if
House
you're
versus
that
Florida?
unwise,
That goes somewhere. And plus, look, Your Honor, I ain't trying to be, I'm sorry for how I come off earlier and stuff, but, we got motions and stuff. I wanna file fast and speedy, because I know they're gonna keep putting it off like they've been doing. I wanna file fast and speedy on it. I know I ain't gonna get a fair trial in Harlan County. I've been tried and convicted 4 times in this county.
is the defense asking for continuance right now?
I'm not, Your Honor. I think there will be motions that we'll file, but as far as the trial date, June 28th is great for me. I know it'll be great for his
When did the
co-counsel.
DNA get back in?
It should be within 30 days.
Okay, it's still pending.
They have the money, they just, and they're a private firm, so it's not like the state.
And Mr. Shell is still incarcerated and where?
He's in Eddyville, he's serving a sentence of 10 years. And when's your next parole date?
I can't remember, March, I think.
I think it's,
If Mr. Shell, if you want to file a motion for speedy trial, you can always do that. Or through counsel or whatever.
So,
But
I need to file
under
a complaint.
circumstances, I don't think it's going anywhere because they're just now getting evidence back in from the lab, or it's not even in yet. And in the meantime, you're incarcerated on other charges.
All right,
So
yeah.
I doubt it's going anywhere, but I'll be glad to
Right.
review one.
I appreciate it, Your Honor. And, Honor, for real, it's been 6 years, and, I've been trying to get this to go through and do this and do that. It's like, I was in a holding cell one day, and there was guards.
Okay, we don't need to go in all that stuff. That has nothing to do with this, Mr. Shell.
Well, can I fire this
Right
man
now,
out here?
huh?
Can I fire him?
Huh?
Can I fire him?
That's between you and him. You talk to him. I don't have
Will
anything
you
to do
step
with
down off
that.
my case, please?
Now, you start on the
we
20th.
don't have another.
Michelle, your trial starts on the 28th of June. We get an order out on that. Final pre-trial.
Your Honor, you could spit on counsel. I'd ask for a
Hey!
contempt order, 6 months contempt for spitting on an officer.
Mr. Shell, you're held in contempt for 6 months. That's going to run consecutive with whatever sentence you're running right now.
That's conflict, right?
What?
That's conflict of interest between me and him, man.
You just spit on him.
You can't create his own conflict, Your Honor. Your Honor, I'd ask for 15-minute recess.
Yeah, we're going to take 15 minutes off. I need to sign this. We need. First, he'll be kept for trial here beginning June 28th.
Okay, guys. So this was before the actual trials took place. He was frustrated. He can be a vile little shit. Yeah. But you have to remember 6 years. You've been fighting this stuff for 6 years. They took DNA in 2013. They also took it in 2017. He had no samples come back from either crime lab. So it was very frustrating. The end game to it was that Shelby's DNA did not match to the scene of the crime. There was a DNA sample found. It was a blood DNA sample that has still yet to be matched. So, guys, I'm just showing that there are two sides to this. No, Shelby's not a saint. No, I'm not going to present him as a saint because he's not. I am showing you the frustrations that has taken place. And just trying to, I guess, prove our side that this is not a free Shelby campaign and also give you guys the pre-trial information that's there. So this is not, this is a part of the King trial. It is all the pre-trial preliminary stuff that has been already laid before the court. Now remember, the only evidence that they had was a third party recording, then a handprint that did not belong to Shelby. It was positively identified to someone else, and a DNA sample that was not from sexual anything, but there is a DNA sample of blood that is out there that did not match up to Shelby or the victim. So at the end of the day, the only evidence that they had seemed to be this third party confession. You guys definitely are able to see all sides of this. So tomorrow we will be going over his kidnapping charges as well in some detail. But I want to be honest and say that there was more than just one trial. There were a lot of things that led up to that trial. And yeah, kangaroo court. That's what this was. Definitely, Pearl May. Definitely. So tomorrow we will be bringing you um, the kidnapping charges as in very clear detail. We've played both grand jury indictments, one for the murder and all accounts for that murder. Then we've also played the grand jury indictment on the kidnapping. So these are very, very important things to show, he is capable of some things, but at the same time, there's a lot that doesn't match up for the murder part itself. Um, he is charged with complicity of murder, which speaks for itself. Look up Kentucky law and what complicity of murder says. You guys might be shocked. It's not as cut and dry as he's a murderer or he took a murder plea bargain. So, a plea bargain, you still have to plead guilty in order to get it, and it's still up to a judge. So, like I said, it was a short live. As we go through these files and we start seeing, hey, we can prove this is not a free Shelby campaign, we're going to do that too. But yeah, I think it is a justice campaign to find those that took part in that murder that also need to be where he is. So, thank you, each and every one of you that are listening, that will come back for Team Replay. I appreciate all of your support. If you see something, leave it in the comments. Let us know. I'm just grateful that you guys have been interested in this case because it is a very huge blotched mess. So if you guys can help me make a little bit more sense, I'm more than happy. Hello, Bud Files. We're about ready to leave here. It was just a very short live to play, I think, some information that's helpful so that we do see all sides. So, like I said, guys, have a happy and safe 4th of July. we will see you tomorrow. Um, and we will be going over the kidnapping portion of Shelby's stuff. So, thank you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.